We already had Star Wars Fate of the Old Republic effectively get completely trashed and cancelled, and now today, fresh news that Star Wars Eclipse, that's right, a completely separate Star Wars game, is probably already completely dead, or at the bare minimum in development hell, from which it's probably not gonna make it out alive. The trailer for this was pretty impressive. I liked it honestly, but alas, a good trailer does not save the devs from a poor decision making. And this is what's currently happening. If you do not know, the Star Wars Eclipse story has been pretty insane, and I just want to mention one thing. As always on this channel, I set the fucking trends. We don't follow them. We figured out what's happening. This is a month old. People did not tune in for this video too much, but I may like it. It's a good video. I honestly, personally think the thumbnail's a little bit better, but you know, it is what it is, boys. In any case, in this video, not same shirt. In this video, I already talked that when you look at what's happening with Star Wars Eclipse, chances are this thing is gonna get shut down. And now, I mean, it's pretty much official from the sources that I think Inside Gamer originally has posted this. But yes, this is currently what everyone is talking about. Star Wars Eclipse is screwed. Star Wars Eclipse is reportedly stuck in development. Hell, makes sense. In fact, NetEase is so displeased that they're aiming to sell off Quantic Dream. Quantic Dream is the studio behind this, by the way. On top of this, Quantic Dream recently launched and then shut down its 3v3 hero shooter Spellcaster Chronicles after only 3 months. Now, that's a fun one. We're gonna look into that. On a scale of 1 to 10, how cooked is Quantic Dreams? I would say 11 on. No, actually 9. They're gonna get bought by someone because they already have the Star Wars license available to them. So there's value in just that, I guess. But in general, there's not a lot of comments here. But who honestly cares? The situation is not good. Yeah, that's a good thumbnail. In any case, beyond the thumbnail, Quantic Dreams has been responsible for some pretty decent games. Detroit Human was, by all accounts, pretty liked by the masses. I personally did not play this, but people did kind of enjoy it. People did like it. It did also pretty well, considering, well, Quantic Dreams is not exactly a big studio or anything. Then they had Beyond Two Souls, which also has been relatively well critically acclaimed. Sold a lot of copies. Well, it's not the oldest game, but you know, 6 years is quite a while. I think this was what put them on the map, by the way, so to speak. And obviously, the big one, Heavy Rain. Yes, now this is something that a lot of people are considering kind of a cult classic. Again, I didn't personally play any of these games, but still, Quantic Dreams does seem to have a relatively good track record until they made Spellcaster. This. We already have talked about this once. There is a chance that everyone's favorite NetEase, you know, a Chinese company that literally destroys Western developers when it pleases, which is, by the way, super based, not gonna lie, considering most of these Western devs deserve the worst, and if NetEase just gets rid of the trash, I'm kinda happy about it, okay? In the long term, I think NetEase is a blight on gaming because it's just an extension of the Chinese you know, communist government at the end of the day. So it's just gonna push propaganda at some point when it feels that its roots are strong enough. That's gonna happen, by the way, boys. And again, how many times have I been wrong? Now, granted, this is literally a prediction, like, I don't know, minimum 2 years in the future, probably. But it's happening. It always does, given enough time. Your boy's very right most of the time. In any case, Spellcasters, if you do not know what this is, look at this. This is like a MOBA style type of game. The designs are honestly not even the worst, I would like to say, when it comes to characters. I kind of even like them to a degree. The world is I mean, it's fucking genetic slop. You can see from, the art style that this is absolutely nothing short from the most geneticness in the history of genetic existences. It's not good. Okay, let me tell you that. It's not good. Yeah, but the characters, some of them at least look interesting. I would say the designs at least were good. But it doesn't actually save you from the fact that this is just genetic, absolute garbage. No one asked, who cares? Well, actually, you know who asked? NetEase asked, because they wanted to see. The idea here is that Spellcasters only exists because NetEase said that they're gonna give Star Wars, Quantic Dreams money if Star Wars Eclipse money for Star Wars Eclipse. If Dream, whatever they're called, where are they? Quantic Dream is able to produce something that, has long-standing value. And then they made fucking Spellcaster. Needless to say, that was not long-standing value. And now, well, now Big Daddy NetEase is pretty pissed and is gonna take all of its funding and, well, whatever. I don't know if NetEase actually owns Quantic Dream. They probably don't, I would assume, but they probably have, as always, typically investment, which means they're gonna not invest further, which means the company is gonna collapse without their involvement. So they pretty much probably, we can safely say, own them, even if they don't actually own them on paper, because in reality they do own them. Today, Quantic Dream is announcing the destination of the development, that this discontinuation of the development of Spellcaster Chronicles. And the game, by the way, is no longer buyable or joinable or whatever it's called on Steam. You cannot even find it on Steam anymore, if you're wondering. With this project, our team set out to explore new creative territories, which literally everyone would say is a bad idea, and create a bold, original multiplayer experience. Lamau, they said original. Spellcaster Chronicles allowed us to experiment with new concepts and bring to life an ambitious game shaped by talent, creativity, dedication of everyone. Bro, I'm sorry, but where's the talent and creativity? Don't know. Dedication? Maybe. Who honestly knows? But creativity? Hell no. Talent? Probably not. However, in today's however, in today's particular challenging market environments, there is literally, by the way, I just want to know. I would just want to. The fuck was that? Anyway, that scared me. In today's market environment, by the way, there is literally no competition in the 3v3 or whatever third person MOBA experience, okay? So I have no idea what challenging market environments are we talking about. You have no competition. The game has not reached the audience needed to ensure its long-term sustainability. We have therefore made a difficult decision. Wait. I I don't think it's a difficult. I think this was one of the easiest decisions of their lives. Reach audience, we have made a difficult decision to refocus our efforts on our other projects. The fucking fact, this is why no one believes this. The fact that a company like this, a studio as small, by the way, as them, was actually like splitting up their resources and making this at the same time as Star Wars Eclipse just doesn't make any sense. As part of this decision, the studio will undertake an internal reorganization. We are fully committed to holding this transition with fairness, care, and respect. No idea why they even say that. And will prioritize internal reassignments whenever possible to support our other productions. So they're effectively saying layoffs, layoffs, layoffs. Who would have expected? And that they're going to be like very careful about the layoffs. The development of Star Wars Eclipse is not affected by this decision and continues as planned. Yeah, pretty much everyone currently is kind of saying that Star Wars Eclipse is screwed. Let's actually paste this fact. Let's see what happens when. Well, what is the first thing that we're gonna see, boys? Rumor Quantic Dream Studios is spot. Yeah, but yeah. We have already. No, yeah, everyone is effectively saying the exact same thing. Not looking good. Not looking good, I would say. Spellcaster Chronicles will remain accessible online until June 19th. That's literally 17 days from now. Then the servers will shut down. All amounts spent during early access will be eligible for a full refund upon request. So keep in mind, you have to request that they give you back the money. Not you're just gonna get it. You have to do it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.